What's going on? So, there's a saying that I've always said, and it goes something like this. This is why, us as black people can't get nowhere. And I'm going to basically break down, where this is coming from and why I'm saying this. So, I just got demoted because I was, as you can see, the company I work for, I was the project manager for the site I was at. I had no experience. And, the dude, which is a black dude, by the way, he promoted me after a while. He seen my work ethic and stuff like that, But and I explained to him, I have had the manager position, just not to the degree of this type of managing. You know what I mean? Being in communications with HR and payroll, or certain type of other paper documents that you have to worry about. And so this guy talked about all these dreams and all this and that, what I'm saying? Just sounded like he was willing to push me further, which was cool. But then it comes to a particular person that he was hiring, and he had hinted to me that she had experience with them as far as being a manager for their company. So I had already had it in my head that it was something funny about that. But then as time progresses, he's not really being active as far as training me, knowing that he's put me in the manager position. All he was telling me is get Wi-Fi together as far as the laptop and all that stuff. So, and then fast forward to maybe a month and a half, now he comes out and he, drops me down back to the original position I had before he promoted me. And he started to talk around in circles and stuff like that. And so that's why I say that to say this is why black people can't get nowhere. This is why, us as a community, we can't come together and do right, because, regardless of what, we're always doing each other wrong. And I'm not saying this like as if he should have gave me more leeway, but my whole thing was, it seemed like a lot of that he put in my hands. Like he wanted me to, be hungry about the situation. And my whole thing was, it was like, as somebody that put me in that position, knowing I didn't have the experience, you should have been training me on that. But you didn't. You know what I mean? You wasn't worried about, training me to where I would have been able to maintain my position. So it's a disappointment, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not like I wouldn't have been wanting to learn. I literally, trained myself to get familiar with all the cleaning equipment in the building and everything like that. But, it is what it is. I'm out.